Yeah. Live and direct. Another episode of the Real Gato Show. Make some noise. Make some noise. Live in the flesh. Somebody's hitting my phone. Don't call me. I'm busy. Get myself adjusted. Another episode of Gato Show has some technical difficulties, man. Oh, man, Murphy's Law. I got some new equipment, so I'm learning it. I got this Rodecaster Pro. That's where you hear the effects from. And I'm just learning it, man. My Logic wasn't working right, so I'm on FL Studio, actually, recording vocals. And getting the job done, man. Getting the job done. Another glorious day. Thank God for all. Shout out to everybody who, gave me good feedback, support, opinions, all of that stuff, man. It really does matter. I like to always, just kind of build with the people that support me. And, I want to get their feedback, and a lot of good feedback from the 2 episodes thus far. So we here. Get myself adjusted. Bear with me. Get myself somewhat adjusted. So yeah, we're here. Another episode of the Gato Show, man. And what a week. The New York City was on fire. No pun intended, New York City was on fire. Man, never seen nothing like that. I never seen nothing like I was looking on the news, I don't see not one fire. I don't see not one fire showing. I want to know what the heck just happened. I don't want to curse it. What the hell just happened? New York City, man, what's going on, man? We still trying to survive. Shout out to New York City, make some noise. Still trying to survive, man. But man, I went out to go get a sandwich. I was in the city, man. I forgot what I was doing, but I went out to go get some food, man, when all that stuff was going on. Went 2 blocks, man. My eyes were bloodshot red. Smoke, all of that. It was just, man, oh man. Strange times. What a wonderful time to be alive. What a strange time to be alive. So much going on in the world today, but nevertheless, we here. I want to get into tonight's topic. I've had some technical difficulties. I'm a little tired. This is my 3rd time recording this. So there ain't no such thing as perfection on this podcast. I'm still working out, my rhythm and my concept. So, we're going to get better with time. But, yeah, want to get into today's topic. I was thinking about it a lot. And it's manipulation. Right? And everybody's familiar with manipulation. We all know what it means. But I want to give the actual real definition. Right? There's two main definitions that stuck out to me the most. I'm using Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Right? So the 2 definitions were to manage or utilize skillfully and to control or play upon awful, unfair, or insidious means, especially to one's own advantage. Sit up a little bit. So what does this mean? Right? Manipulation. We all manipulate. We've been manipulated. You live long enough. This is the truth. It's part of the human experience. It's part of life. It's part of the game. And when you are older, you get a little wisdom behind you. If you're fortunate enough, you start to learn that this is all manipulation, human interaction. About 80% of it to 70% of it is manipulation. That's how we have everything. We have all relationships, family, business, everything is manipulation. And there's 2 sides to it. Obviously, it's manipulating for the bad. Then another one is manipulating for the good. A lot of people don't believe you can manipulate for the good, but I tend to think you could. So let's start with manipulating for the good. What is that? Let me give you an example. So you get a personal trainer, you get a life coach, you get somebody who is looking to help you get to the next level. They're trying to manipulate you to be your better self. If they're a good trainer, if they're a good coach. And the goal is, once you become programmed or you learn how to manipulate yourself, that becomes your lifestyle. That becomes something that you do without even thinking. You don't even think twice about it. You just do it. And manipulation is super powerful when it's good, when it's in your best interest, when it's in the interest of you growing and learning. Now, manipulation also has bad sides to it, as we know. And it's very important that as you navigate and as you're moving around, you understand when somebody's trying to manipulate you for the good and when somebody's trying to manipulate you for the bad. Now, manipulation for the bad is obvious, but there are other forms of manipulating for the bad that's not so obvious. Kind of sneaks up on you. One of them, this chair is killing me. One of them forms of manipulating for the bad is when you manipulate yourself for the bad. That's the worst type of negative manipulation, is when you skillfully tell yourself that you're inadequate in something, or you tell your story to yourself and get so stuck into that story that you manipulate your subconscious and your life ends up being that story. That you gotta watch. And that manipulation, that's the one that nobody sees. That's the one when you look in the mirror, when you you reflecting on your life, you thinking on your life. Now, I also want to talk about manipulating on the bad side when people do it. You got to be very aware, because sometimes people manipulate on a subconscious level, meaning they're not even aware that they're manipulating, or they're not even aware that they got a manipulative personality. And you got to watch that. And sometimes it can show its head. It can show its way many different forms. Some smooth talkers, right? They could be manipulative. Some of the women, shout out to y'all beautiful ladies. Y'all could be manipulative with the how y'all dress and how y'all put it on and how y'all get it together. That's a form of manipulation. And when you out and about, you moving around, you're dealing with other people, you want to make sure that you're aware of the manipulation tactics that people play. And you want to make sure that you're also aware of the manipulation that takes place when they're not even aware, where they don't even understand what they do. I was talking to my boy. We was talking about music business. Shout out to him, man. He know who he is. And we always have these dialogues because we're in business together, right? And I'm the type of person where I'm strong-minded, and I like to do my own research. I don't just like to take things at face value, or somebody tells me something and I'm just running with it. And he says something to me that really stood out. And when he said it, I don't think he realized it, but he attempted to change my mind, which is a form of manipulating how I think. And I like to say that because I've been experienced, I practiced, being self-aware to the best of my ability. I ain't perfect, but still working on it. That I was aware of it. That manipulating comment. And he didn't mean harm. Let's be very clear. He didn't mean any harm. He just wanted to manipulate my mindset so that I could be in alignment with him. And that's what we do when we argue. We try to manipulate the other person into forcing them and thinking how we should think. And that's just not how the world works. And like I said, sometimes we do it subconsciously. We don't even realize we're doing it, but we do. And it ends up hurting our relationships. It ends up hurting other people that we deal with close. And, that's something that we always want to be mindful for. And let me take it a step further. Manipulation could be a life or death situation. You got people who, went through terrible things because they allowed themselves to get manipulated by someone. They allowed, the so-called big homie to talk them into doing talk them to doing something negative, doing something that, taking a penitentiary chance, doing something that ain't really helpful. That's the big homie manipulating the younger homie. Happens more often than not. Or situations where, you got man and woman, and, the woman may manipulate the man to do something that normally he wouldn't do. He wouldn't, that's not his character, but because she got that level of influence, she's able to manipulate his thinking. These are all examples of how it could turn out bad. And vice versa. It happens for women all the time too. Men manipulate, how women think, and, we try and control the narrative. And that's important because it's like anything in life, man. It has to be done in balance. Manipulation ain't 100% bad. It ain't 100% good. It's really who's the person that's practicing it, what their personality like, and how they think, and how they view the world, and how they view people. Because I'm not gonna lie, I manipulate people all the time. Being in leadership, I have to put people in positions to execute for the greater good of the entire organization. That's a form of manipulation. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it to my benefit? Absolutely. I ain't gonna lie about that. But do they receive benefit in return? Absolutely. Because it's about the value exchange. So, when you live in your life and you interfacing and dealing with other people, just be aware of the manipulation. Be aware of the manipulation that you do on yourself. Be aware of the manipulation that people put on you. And be present and have enough grace and understanding when a person is actually trying to manipulate you and they don't even realize they're doing it at all. You know what I'm saying? That happens more than a lot. You know what I mean? And now, I've just been thinking about my daughter, how she's at 6 years old and she's already knowing how to manipulate her father. Daddy, I love you. All of that stuff. Every time she's in trouble, I get the, Daddy, I love you, and Daddy, I missed you, and all of that stuff. She's trying to manipulate the situation. She's trying to manipulate her way out of getting some discipline, or getting, some punishment for misbehaving in school, or whatever she does. We all do it. Starts off with children, and we never let it go. We grow into it. We get better with it. We get more savvy with it. We get more tactical with it. We get more intelligent with it. And that's, you got to watch that, man. You got to watch when people do it. And the interesting thing is the closest people do it to you. And sometimes they don't even mean harm. They just project, and they want their mindset to be manipulated into you. And you always got to be careful. You got to always have that level of separation to where you could see things objectively and clearly without that persuasion or manipulation. And most importantly, watch how you manipulate yourself, man, because your subconscious is always listening. I'm dealing with that right now. It's always listening. It doesn't deactivate. So whatever you try to manipulate your subconscious by the things that you say, that becomes your reality. So watch what you say. Yeah, man. Another one of them episodes, man. Had some technical difficulties, but we pulled through. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Road. Man, this whole setup kind of gave me more trouble today, man. I don't know what it was on, but now I got a little bit more stability in the setup. I'm liking what I'm hearing. I'm liking the quality. Everything is coming out good, Also, too, I want y'all to also be aware. I didn't even get into it, but let me get back into it. Manipulation from the media. The biggest manipulators of all. That right there is a battle. It's a constant battle. It's a constant struggle to bypass the manipulation of the mass media, because they literally cultivate your environment to manipulate you. And they manipulate you so that you can do what the status quo needs you to do and keep the system going. That one right there ain't no answers for, because it's just so it's just so out of our reach, so out of our control. The best thing you could do is just be aware of it. As long as you got some level of awareness, then you don't fall too deep in the problem. But it's only when you're not aware that you're being manipulated, you're actually being manipulated, and it's working. When you're aware of it, you can say, hold up, somebody really got my mind messed up and got me thinking this way. And then you can self-correct, you can adjust, you can move forward. It's the most important thing, man. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I want to thank everybody for the support. Shout out to Reese. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you. You know, he said that he really enjoys the episodes, and I hope this one helped, because that's what I'm here to do, add value. I'm here to be of service. I'm here to elevate, help my fellow people grow, get to the next levels that we need to get to. So, you know, Reese, man, shout out to you, man. I want y'all all to like, comment, subscribe, hit me on the DM. Let me know what y'all thought of the episode, thinking of the episodes, any topics y'all want me to go over. Let me know. I'm here. I'm just trying to get better. So with that being said, Real Gato, episode 3, The Gato Show. Let's make some noise once again.